Tuesday to you, friends. I hope that you're having a great day, and I hope that you continue to enjoy the celebration of the resurrection and the victory that we have over sin and death because the tomb is empty. This week, we're looking at the appearances of Jesus after his resurrection. Yesterday, we looked at doubting Thomas and we said, hey, you know what? He walked away saying, you know what, we all have a little bit of Thomas in us, but we want to continue to not be stuck in our doubts, but go to Jesus for the answers. Today we're going to take a walk. So we're going to walk to Luke 24 and we're going to go on the road to Emmaus. Specifically, we're going to look at verse 32. As you find Luke 24:32, I want to tell you that I'm a quirky guy. And you all may have known that. And I've talked about this before, but as I was reading this passage, it just reminded me of one of the quirks that I have. When I watch a movie or a TV, I it bothers me when I know the actors or actresses have played in other roles or other movies or other TV shows, and I can't remember where they played. And it bothers me. I don't know why it bothers me. I don't know why I'm this way. TV show or movie until I figure out where that actor or actress has played. And once I have figured that out, the movie or show just becomes so much more enjoyable for me because I can place them in the other role or scene. Now, today, as we go on the road to Emmaus, these two folks that are walking, they're going to recognize Jesus, but not until the very end. And they're like, how could we not recognize him? Well, we're going to find out as we walk through Luke chapter 24. So let me make sure we're all on the same page as you come into Luke 24, verse 32. Jesus has risen. He's risen from the dead. And when he rose from the dead, he defeated death. He makes his appearance to multiple people. He appeared to Peter, he appeared to Mary, he appeared to the 12. Remember Thomas yesterday. Paul tells us he also appeared to 500 people, and he also appeared to these two folks on the road to Emmaus. Emmaus was 7 miles away from Jerusalem, if you will, give or take Heartland to Newport. So that's not that far, but it's far enough, especially in Bible times when you have to walk that, not jump in your walking. They're returning home after the Passover celebration and after the crucifixion. They're trying to put things in order and they're trying to understand all that has happened while they've been in Jerusalem. You see, this was not the way things were supposed to go. They were expecting Jesus to be a military person to take over and not to be crucified and then resurrect. And so they're walking away. They're trying to figure out what happened and what it means. Now, as they were walking home from Jerusalem to Emmaus, they're joined by a man. Now, that's not strange because people would travel in groups or pods because it allowed for two things. First of all, it allowed for fellowship. As they walked on the road, they got to know people. In our words, they networked. Second thing is that there's safety in numbers. So they would be feeling safer from the robbers or bandits that would be hiding in crevices or around corners, and they would be able to fight off would-be robbers. So this is not an odd thing for us. It seems odd if someone just starts to get in our car. That would be difficult and different, but not in Jesus's time. As you read through this account later on today, I want you to notice that God kept these two people from recognizing Jesus as they walked. Now, Jesus, he was unrecognized to them, but as he walked, he talked about all that happened. And he just poses a question to him and says, hey, what do you think about what happened? Or what's your account of what happened? Now, these two folks on the road to Emmaus, they left Jerusalem knowing of Jesus' resurrection, but they couldn't fully put their mind around all that happened. And just a side note, as I continue to study, I understand the resurrection, I believe the resurrection, but it is always a good time of year for me to reflect, to renew what the resurrection means and the victory that I have. I hope that that has been the same to you over these last days of celebration. As Jesus walked along the road with them, he held a Bible study with them. He took them the whole way back to Moses and all that happened in Moses, and he did an Old Testament Bible study with these folks on the road to Emmaus. Just imagine having a Bible study or having Jesus talk to you about the Old Testament. Jesus himself teaching you. He would be able to answer every single question that they would have. Just imagine the depth and the knowledge of that conversation. Boy, I wish I was a fly going on that road just to hear how it went, just to be able to hear Jesus talk about the Old Testament when he was there as it happened. Now, once they arrived to the people's homes, their eyes were opened and they recognized Jesus, and then Jesus is gone. They don't have an opportunity to worship him. They don't have an opportunity to talk to him. They don't have an opportunity to put their hand in his side or into his feet or his hands. But boom, he's gone. And the travelers, what they did is they got up and they returned from Jerusalem. And in my mind's eye, I'm not sure how much of the ground they covered, meaning either they were so excited and, they're floating on cloud nine saying, "We saw Jesus," or if they're running so fast trying to get back to Jerusalem, those 7 miles, to tell the disciples and the believers that they had encountered the risen Jesus. That brings us to Luke 24:32. And they said, "Did our hearts not burn within us as we talked with him on the road, and he opened the scriptures with us? Weren't our hearts quickened? And weren't we encouraged?" And they didn't realize it was Jesus until Jesus was gone. Today, as we continue to study the resurrection, the question I have for you is, has the resurrection made a difference in your life? Are your hearts encouraged? And are you motivated to look at the Bible, to continue to study the Bible, and continue to help the Bible make a difference in your life? You see, it's not just something we go and do on a Sunday for 1 hour. This is something that should be transforming our lives as we continue to grow in our knowledge of Jesus. So today, as you walk through this Tuesday, remember Jesus is not dead and he is not in the tomb. The tomb is empty. He has risen. He has risen indeed. And I hope that this truth will continue to encourage you, that it will burn in your hearts as you walk and as you talk with people on the road, in the car, at work, at home, around the neighborhood, and that you can open the scriptures and tell people the good news that Jesus is alive. Hope you have a great day, and I hope today is an encouraging day for you. I'll see you tomorrow.